the last few days at Chateau Benque, and it started by raining. So we took the opportunity to go into Aurignac and see some of the sights there, including the tower and the church. The tour in Aurignac, and we can see where the Pyrenees are, but we can't actually see them. On a clear day, it says you can. There's a swimming pool. Of course, this is the view from the top of the tower. Swimming pool, which might be nice on a clear day. Just give you an idea of the countryside. A view of the church from the top of the tower.
Very slowly.
There's Anna disappearing down into the dungeon. Go on, who's next?
Charlie.
Charlie. Grandma.
How are you going to do it?
The steps are quite steep and rather slippery, and you can see the thickness of the walls. Keep the heat in. Then the dungeon. Don't get out too easily.
The thing on the wall, they said the reason why they have a hole in the roof is so they could hear the mass.
The church, and inside the church where we went to a concert that night. A mezzo-soprano and a harp. Then back to the cars and on to Notre Dame de Saint-Bernard. Notre Dame was destroyed a long time ago and then rebuilt relatively recently. At the back of the church was a nice little shrine, obviously still used, and then the Roman baths down the road, where we were given a tour, guided tour in French, which probably was very interesting if we could have understood it, and some of us found other things to do. The next day we went to our last market and bought some hats. Very smart they were too. And some fruit, and that was the local church in Bourgogne. Finally, the sun came out and we were able to do some of the things that we've wanted to do all week. A little sunbathing and a little reading, listening to our iPods. But still too cold to tempt GM into the water, although she did think about it. Our last day, GM and GP went up the Col de Mont, which was an interesting drive, up some very steep, windy bends. It's sunny up here. A lot of cloud around. I hope we don't get into it. And up above us we have a small church, and the car is parked over here. Now we're coming to the really steep bit. From there on, the road did get steeper, and also we went into some thick cloud, which was a little disturbing. The sun came out at the top, 1349 meters, where there was a gîte, and also some horses resting in the warm. Back down the hill, which was equally as steep on the other side, and some shots of the windy road with lots of S-bends. Coming to a hairpin now. An interesting little church on the way down, and shortly after we reached St. Bertrand Cathedral, and where we met the Dodds and had a very nice lunch. The cathedral is on the pilgrim route, and that was the entrance. And inside it had a lot of interesting features, including this organ, which was made of wood and is well known throughout the world. Also, they had this alligator on the wall, which nobody seemed to know where it came from, certainly according to the audio tour. Here there were seats for 66 senior members of the church, and that was one of the stained glass windows. Outside in the cloisters was a nice little garden, and then we had some coffee in the square before returning to Benque, and finally a Campari and soda by the pool. We hope everyone enjoyed the week as much as we did, Grandma and Grandpa, that is, and thank you all for coming.